Hopefully the Scarecrow, written by Michelle Houtz and read to you today by Gammy. A scarecrow stood in the garden, tall, proud, smiling. Like most of us, he didn't remember the very beginning of his days. He only knew that he was created with loving hands, carefully crafted and wonderfully made. He did remember the first time she placed him on his perch. She set him up straight, stood back, and smiled. Hopefully, the Scarecrow will keep the birds away, she said. She hadn't known his name was Hopefully, but he liked it. Hopefully, the Scarecrow also liked stories. He couldn't read, of course, but she could. Every day, she brought her favorite books to the garden and she read to him. And as she read, the Scarecrow journeyed through rocky cliffs and sailed through rolling seas and met kings and queens and dragons and other scarecrows. He heard tales of courage and of hope. And when she said, "The end," the Scarecrow always felt a little bit taller and braver. One day, just after the beans withered and the corn stalks turned brown and the air became bitey and brisk, her two sturdy hands lifted him from his perch and placed him carefully in the shed. "Hopefully, the Scarecrow will be okay in there all winter," she said. He was alone and the shed was dark, but he was warm and dry, and he didn't worry because she had said to herself he would be okay during the long, cold winter. Besides, he had all her stories nestled deep in the straw beneath his hat to keep him company. Finally, when the Scarecrow heard the birds return from the south and daylight lingered past dinner time and the air smelled fresh and green, the thin crack of door light widened, and he was once again returned to the garden. Year after year, she came and she read to him. As the books got bigger, the stories got scarier and funnier and sweeter. And year after year, just after the beans withered and the corn stalks turned brown and the air became crisp and brisk, her two sturdy hands would lift him from his perch and place him carefully in the shed. "Hopefully, I'll see you in the spring," he heard her say one fall just before she closed the door. That next spring, after the Scarecrow heard the birds return from the south, and daylight lingered past dinner time, and the air smelled fresh and green, the thin crack of door light widened, and two different hands placed him in the garden, where he, hopefully, waited. After all, she had said she'd see him in the spring, but she didn't come to read to him. The next day, a soaking rain made the Scarecrow's flannel droop, and thunder shook the ground beneath his wobbly legs. But he was not discouraged. Day after day, the summer sun glared, and soon the Scarecrow's smile started to fade. Once a mean wind shoved him sideways and took his hat far away. Still, she did not come, and the Scarecrow was lonely. Her stories filled his head, and he remembered that to journey over rocky cliffs and sail roaring seas and face monsters, one must be brave. So he hopefully waited for a very long time until one day two familiar hands straightened his perch and smoothed his weathered shirt. "Oh my, look at you," she said. "Hopefully I can fix this," with some patches, a dab of paint, and a new straw hat. The Scarecrow's smile brightened. He wondered if she brought new stories, but her hands were empty, and when she lifted him, perch and all, from the garden, the Scarecrow was confused but not afraid. They were going somewhere together. "Hopefully, the Scarecrow will love it here," he heard her say, and he knew she was right. The end. We have so much more to learn. Be blessed.